Every year I'm at a couple of Christmas sweater events. This year I figured I'd crank my suit up to 11 and made a 3D printed bow tie with LEDs. Here's how I made it. Every year there's this Christmas sweater day at work, and every year we are invited to a Christmas sweater party with a bunch of friends. Now, I'm not really into dressing up and wearing costumes, but I figured if I was going to take part in this, I was going to do it in style. So I ordered this suit from Office Suits. It even came with a matching tie. Great success. But I don't like wearing a tie. I like wearing a bow tie. I wear a tie to a funeral, but to a party, bow tie babies. So this year I figured I would turn my suit up to 11, 3D print a bow tie, and add some LEDs. I'm not much of a modeler, but one of my favorite Canadians is. Maker Millwright, or the Free Heathen, likes to call himself a toy maker and a troublemaker, but he's also a great dude with streams I really do enjoy. So when I had the idea for this bow tie, I contacted Maker immediately and asked if he wanted to do a collaboration. As I said, Maker is a great guy, so of course he was game. He reworked an old bow tie design of his to make room for the LEDs. It took us a couple of iterations to get to where we are, but in no time at all, we had this. Originally, I wanted a red bow tie, so I started printing. Halfway through, the print came loose. Printed again, came out alright, but that's when I realized red is a poor choice of color because the colors of the LEDs will not show through. Printing it again in white, came out alright again, and I realized it was too thick. So the LEDs wouldn't show through. I had Maker do another revision of it and started printing, and it came off the bed halfway through. But at least I got enough of it printed so I could test that the LEDs did actually shine through. Got another print, and I'm ready to assemble. Got a couple of back plates, got the front, and some LEDs. I figured I could put 2 rows of 3 LEDs on each side, making it 6 on each side, 12 in total, plus 1 in the middle. 13 LEDs, soldered and attached. Attached it with a hot glue gun and routed the wires. Now there's a wire running behind there. See it coming out from the bow tie. Back onto my shoulder, down the jacket. I didn't like how the bow tie attached to the shirt. It was intended to be attached to the top button, but it made it droop too much. So instead, I printed a few attachments, the final one with an angle. So it's positioned a bit more upright. And attaching the bracket to my neck, I used a strap from an old pre-tied bow tie I had laying around. It was given to me as a present a few years ago, but I don't do pre-tied bow ties. Perfect for this though. Now the bow tie is controlled by an ESP32, which is in a 3D printed enclosure and in my inside pocket. Since there are so few LEDs, it can be powered by a USB power bank directly from the ESP32. Now this is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. It's been running all day. I switched this on at 8 o'clock this morning, and it's now midnight. It's been running all day, and we are still at 50%, hardly depleted at all. That means this weekend, when I'm going to a party with this bow tie, I'll probably be using a smaller power bank because this one is a bit much to be carrying around all night. But yeah, this is how I went to work today. And quite a few colleagues told me that I made them smile just by them looking at me. That's a nice bonus. I'd like to thank Maker Millwright for helping me out with this excellent model and being patient with me and my silly ideas. I'd like to thank you for watching. There's a recommendation by YouTube over there, and you know that YouTube's right. Thanks for watching. See ya!